Okay, so Mr. Hasnan has joined us. Thank you,
Hello
Mr.
guys.
Hasnan, for joining us. It's
Hello
really
guys.
an honor for you. Okay, we will start the session now.
Okay. So thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank everyone that you all join us. And my name is Heather Frook, and he's my classmate Hashim.
Yes.
And today we are going to conduct a webinar on impact of COVID-19 on education, because currently we all suffer from COVID-19, and we all know that this is the worst situation like we have ever faced. So this is the most current topic. So this is why we like to conduct this on this. So the second point of this webinar will be like international opportunities related to students, post-COVID international opportunities. So first of all, I would like to introduce my honorable guest, Ms. Fatma. First of all, I would like to introduce Ms. Fatma, and she is like currently working as a headmistress in middle school, Beacon House, Garden Town, and she also has a leadership education certifications, and she also has administrative experience of 8 years, and she also has an experience of like teaching 8 years uh, in education sectors, and she also has diplomas in teaching and learning in many other courses as well. Other than that, I would like to introduce my second guest, Mr. Hasnan Heather, and he also like have a lot of experience and certifications. He did education training from Monash University, Australia, and other than that, agent training from Bond University, Australia. Study in Dubai seminar. He also conducted study in Dubai seminar from University of Wollongong, Dubai, and other than that he also did consular certification training from University of Hertfordshire, UK. So, and also we have our cluster head ma'am Nia with us. She's the qualitative cluster head of Barrier University Management Sciences Lahore campus. So now I would like to start our
Okay, so I would like to add that Mr. Snanatha has also been working in ABN organization, it is basically an overseas organization. He has done LLB as a graduation, and then he has done masters in risk management, and now he has started his own firm for ICAS on education consultation firm. So now we will start our session, and we would like to ask our honorable guest a few questions on the current topic.
Yes, please.
So first of all, I would like to ask Ms. Fatma Ehtaram, how are the things going during the COVID-19 session? How is everything related to students and education sector?
All right, thank you so much. It's been almost 1.5 years that due to COVID-19, education sector got affected remarkably because of the issues that are, going on even right now as well. I think the impact on education varies a little bit on as far as public sector is concerned and private sector is concerned. Since I'm representing the private sector, so I would like to tell that we took it in our stride when almost 1.2 billion people across the world, the children, they got out of school because of COVID. And since private schools, their teachers already were aware of technology integration, although they still learned a lot, but they were actually a little bit equipped of, with handling the situation that arose in March 2020. Then we shifted completely to online learning and teaching. And then as situation, proved, then we shifted to hybrid teaching and learning. So the shift from complete online to hybrid, then again to complete online, again to hybrid. So by this time, I know that education sector, especially private schools and educational institutions, have gotten used to of it, and they are doing pretty well in ensuring that students are learning well.
Yes, thank you. So basically, you're saying public sector is the one which suffered a lot, which suffered more basically.
Yes.
The private sectors were
Yes.
actually
Exactly.
a little bit equipped, so they got used to it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I would like to ask our second question from Mr. Stan Heather. Like, sir, I want to ask, like, how those students who wanted to study abroad, like, were affected by COVID-19.
First of all, thank you so much, and I appreciate to Barrier University and Mr. Hasham and you for kind invitation to the productive conference. And let me tell you to the first. It's a basically a survey of study portal. So according to the worldwide survey, 70% of the 70% of students are who already changed the plan to the to study to the home country, and 30% who still wants to study abroad. So first of all, let me tell you the main points. So first of all, travel restrictions from embassies. This is very uncertain, and uncertain changes according to the universities, and uncertain changes to the from the embassies. And there are a lot of budget issues to the international students who are facing in the COVID-19, and students who are already studying are also preventing to finishing their current studies. So basically, these are the key points, or these are the points who our students are facing in Pakistan to study abroad.
Yes, right. So basically, you're saying that students are right now facing budget issues and embassy issues because of the restrictions due to COVID-19.
COVID-19, there are a lot of restrictions and uncertain plans and uncertain changes from the embassies, or due to the travel restrictions from, I said, travel restriction from Australia. And Australia is still banning the students from the last March to still. And there is no plan to open the international borders, and we do not know when they are going to.
So,
Yes.
yes. So basically, I read that they were saying that they would open the international borders until like in the starting of next year.
Yes, this is uncertain.
Yes, this is
They didn't give any statement.
yes, right.
They
So
didn't give any statement when
yes,
the
yes,
borders are going to open.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
so
we
my
are
next
again
question, thank you, Mr. Snan. My next,
hearing of a fourth
yes,
wave,
ma'am.
I totally agree with Mr. Hasnan that travel restrictions are still there. And because we are hearing about a fourth wave, so people are still, uncertain, and countries are very concerned about who is coming into their, area, into their countries. So this is one reason the students who have gone abroad, even then, they are also extremely worried because flights getting cancelled, they can't come back to visit, even if they are abroad for studies. So there are a lot of things. Then again, now since vaccination, as you know, some countries are not accepting a certain kind of vaccination. So if the students are not vaccinated that particular vaccine, then again there are travel restrictions. So a lot of issues for the
Yes, right.
students.
Yeah.
And sometimes even then they are putting them in the quarantine phase, and they are asking them to
Exactly.
for isolation. Okay, so my next question is from you, Ms. Fatma. What were the difficulties you faced as administrators of Beacon House due to COVID?
As administrator, first of all, since almost within 2 or 3 days, I had to shift my team. I had to mentally prepare them to shift from complete physical teaching to complete online teaching. So any administrator who is more like a sponge and absorb first can portray things more positively to the team. So this was our challenge, that we had to first quickly understand what we are about to tell our teachers, and there should be no panic, no chaos. That was a big challenge all the principals and heads faced. And then preparing, there were so many queries of the teachers because they were new to Google Meets, they were new to Zoom, and to digital tools that we taught them. And so that was I won't call it a difficulty. I'll use a more milder term, that challenges. So we did face challenges. Then preparing parents, mentally to give their gadgets to the students, laptops or phones, so that they can attend online classes. And to the students as well, getting used to of it, that they have to use a mic or a camera and all that. So yes, that was one thing. But I would like
Yes.
to mention one challenge, and that was communication gap. You see, when it shifted to online learning and teaching, class teachers were more in direct contact with the student.
With the
Google
student.
Classroom is a domain of a teacher. So admin had to take a step back, and we were at the back side, back end. I was not very directly in contact with my students and with my parents. So yes, there was a little communication gap between administration and these two stakeholders, students and parents. We were mostly in contact with teachers because we were guiding them, helping them how to go about all this. So that was one difficulty that we had. And um, keeping track of student progress is difficult online. Then facilitating teachers with resources, providing them laptops, that's what we did. Asking them to come to school if they have load shedding issue or anything, internet facility issue. So these were the things we were handling. We were never aware of these challenges that as admin we would be facing, but they were new. And with the support of our cluster head, our head office team, so we overcame all those challenges. So first phase of we started BSU, Beacon House Schooling, uninterrupted. First phase of first 2 months, you can say, were challenging, but then it became very easier and very smooth.
Yes. So then it became our routine, and you're
Yeah,
saying
that was
basically students face challenges as well as teachers also face challenges. But now they have built this in their routines.
exactly
So
like as,
okay,
as an administrator, I had to hold online meetings. So
yes,
coordination meetings were all online. A meeting with the parents were all online. So in the beginning, they were you can call them that they were a bit difficult to because you have to remind the parent that please join the link at this time. In the meetings as well, sometimes one or two teacher forgets, and then again you are reminding them. So in the beginning there
Yes.
were difficulties, but slowly and gradually it got better.
yes. Now we can say we are kind of used to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Fatma. Now, my other question is from Mr. Hasnan Heather. Like, sir, can you please elaborate that did COVID-19 affected the number of scholarship, like foreign scholarship that, for example, like Pakistani students are going to apply for?
Okay, so basically, scholars, they are still offering the scholarships to the international students who want to plan to study in the abroad. So let me tell you the most common scholarship they are offering. So basically, they are offering Shaping scholarship. They are offering Fulbright scholarship. They are offering university-based scholarship, which is up to 50%. They are offering and a lot of scholarships, fully funded scholarships to the PhD students. So they are still offering the scholarship, but we cannot say they are not offering scholarships to the international students in COVID-19.
So you're saying they are still offering the scholarships, but do
Yes,
you think
yes,
the amount of has been affected due to COVID?
exactly.
Okay, so the students should not be scared of scholarships. So even in COVID, they can apply for scholarships, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So my next question will be from Miss Fatma. Ma'am, what do you think about online exams? What do you think about them? Like, are they properly accessible?
No,
Do
I
teachers evaluate them properly?
I would
Yes,
like
ma'am.
to say that validity and the authenticity of online examination is really not that good,
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
students are, mashallah, they're very smarter than us, I guess. So although keeping everything in mind that the camera is on, mic is on, and you should be visible till your shoulders, your arms should be visible. Put your hands on the table when you are solving the online exam, doing it. But then yet, given the situation in Pakistan about load shedding and internet problems, so there were
Yes.
times that you could not probably invigilate student to that extent. And then again, online exams can be taken either like we took them on Google Forms. So mostly MCQs, multiple choice questions were given. We made it on Google Form. There were certain, like for example, for Urdu, we did use that we used to post the assignment. Students had to write on the paper, take a picture and upload it. So and then again, because keeping load shedding and electricity issue in mind, so we cannot hold a 2 hour or 3 hour online exam.
Right.
It has to be a shorter one. Yes, 1 hour maximum. So
Yes.
yes, authenticity, validity of online examination. I, as an administrator, my teachers, they also think that face-to-face physical examination still, is above the online exam. Definitely.
Yes. Yes. So basically, you're saying that even in online exams, we have the issue of authenticity, and even
Exactly.
our teachers in Barry University, they said the same, that they are facing the authenticity issue with online exams. So that's basically right. Yes.
Okay, so my next question is from Mr. Sanader. Sir, can you please tell us that are there any issues faced by Pakistani students who were already studying in abroad? Like we can in starting of the COVID-19, we saw a lot of news like United States they are sending back international students to their homes because of the COVID-19, because of they don't have enough facilities, because they want to facilitate their local students. So can you please elaborate this?
Can you please repeat the question? I'm facing a hearing problem.
Okay, sir, my question is are there any issues faced by Pakistani students who are already studying in abroad? Because I can give an example of United States, because in starting of the COVID-19, United States sent back to their international students to their home countries because of the COVID-19, and they don't have enough facilities because they want to facilitate the local students. So this is why they were sending back the international students.
So right now, this is not a big deal. They are not sending international students back to their country. So basically, they are facing very limited issues which Pakistani students are facing there. First of all, they are facing travel restrictions because they are very far from their relatives. They are in depression. So basically, they are not used to for online education. They are facing another issue which is not. They are not properly vaccinated from there, and after that they are having a budget issues like Pakistani.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying basically they're having budget issues, but they're not sending international back to their home countries. Yes. They are studying there, but they are having budget issues because of COVID and the situation.
Because of COVID-19, they are facing travel restrictions. They are facing online education. They are facing vaccination problem. They are facing quarantine plans. They are facing costly to manage to their budget.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I would like to ask next question from Ms. Fatma. And ma'am, do you think the students who were actually promoted without examination, was it the right step or the wrong step?
So I repeat your question. The students who
were promoted without examination, was it the right step taken
promoted?
by? Yes.
Okay. Yes, it happened last year that thank God this year to government strictly said that no promotion without exams. And currently, like we Beacon House, we are taking physical face-to-face exams, which can truly reflect the learning of the student. Last year when it happened, honestly, if you ask me, I wasn't happy. A teaching faculty wasn't happy because we really worked very hard with students during online and hybrid. And I really wish that exams could have taken place. But then it's the decision and the policy. I would definitely like to say that sometimes when you are not going through the problem of COVID, you probably don't realize the situation of the parents. Parents were in a very difficult state financially as well as emotionally. Because when the COVID case happened in my own home, my husband got COVID, then I realized that, alhamdulillah, not financially, but emotionally and psychologically, the whole family gets affected. So parents had put pressure on the government, obviously, that just pass our kids, and they should be promoted. So yes, I will not say that it was a bad decision by the government. It was a wise at that moment,
Yes,
because
right.
in June, July, they were peak time of COVID at that time. So to relieve the parents and the students from that mental stress and depression they were already in, because there still is, but at that time last year there was a huge fear of COVID amongst the people. That when God forbid they got it, so they were really stressed out and freaked out that what's going to happen. So I guess at that moment decision was fine, although some people always take advantage of it. Then students become casual, parents are happy that okay, it's okay, my child is not studying, he will be promoted even next year as well. But this year they had to give exams. So
Yes, right. Okay, thank you, Miss. So you're actually saying that it was the wise decision at that time. According to that time, it was a wise decision. Otherwise, it's better to give exam.
yes, true, exactly.
So
Because exams are important, because student life is all about studying, then giving exams. Exam is a very integral and important part of a student life. He should never get this idea that okay, something is going to happen and I'm not going to give exams and I'll be promoted anyway. If that, not every students think in on those lines, but then few people got this idea, parents and students as well, that they can take leverage out of it, and so whole year we won't study and we will be promoted as per the decision of the government. So that negatively impacted a few of. And then again, those students who are very intelligent, they want to take exams, trust me.
Yes, right. Yes,
They
right.
do want to give an exam, and they want themselves to be evaluated by the school, by the teachers. They were very disappointed when the exams were cancelled and this was announced that everybody will be promoted. So those students, they were upset. Yet the ones who were at risk, the below average students, they were the ones who were the most happiest at that time.
You're happy, right? Okay, thank you, ma'am. So
okay, so my next question is from Mr. Stan. Sir, can you please explain the process? Like if someone want to study abroad, like what will be the process related to international admissions?
and what will be the requirements basically?
Basically, it's a very easy process. First of all, you need to complete your education, which is the minimum education to apply abroad is intermediate bachelor's degree or master's degree, or you can apply after MPhil for doctorate or for PhD. So first of all, you need to arrange your documents as per requirement of universities, and it is based on it is varied from university to university and country to country. So it's basically a very detailed discussion. So let me tell you the few points. First of all, you need to complete your education. You need to have passport. You need to have recommendation letters from your last university. You need to have English test, which is you can do IELTS, and you can do Duolingo test. A lot of tests they are conducting. So first of all, you need to send your application to the university and apply for the scholarship. And after that, you will get offer letter from university. And after getting offer letter, you need to pay a tuition fee deposit to the university's account. And after that,
Yes.
you are filing visa online from Pakistan. So it's basically a very simple process. So you can apply.
So how long does this process take actually?
It varies from university to university. Like I said, for UK and Australia, the process is 3 to 4 months. For Sweden and Germany, it takes up to 8 to 9 months. And for Canada and US, it takes up to 3 to 4 months. Yes.
So 3 to 4 months for like Australia and
Basically, it's a
Canada.
3 to 4 month process. For English speaking
Okay.
countries and from European countries, the process time is 8 to 12 months.
8 to 12 months, almost a year. Almost a year.
Almost a year for European countries.
Okay.
For English speaking countries, 3 to 4 months.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
thank you. Okay, so my last question will be from Miss Fatma Ihram. Miss, what do you think? Has the COVID given any positive impact to the education sector?
Yes, it has. I will give example of my own school, that we collaborated with international schools under British Council International School Award. So we collaborated with Turkish schools, Nepali and Indian schools. That would have obviously been possible online.
Yes.
Physical, and that would not have been possible. So my students got exposure, not only a lot of branches of Beacon House that I know, they were involved with online collaboration. Different activities were held and students had discussions. My students talked with Nepali students, Indian students, Turkish students, and they learned from one another. There were very interesting activities that were held. So that was possible online. We got that idea of online collaboration because of COVID. So yes, that was one advantage, that different schools, international schools could be, even national level schools could be approached, and there was no communication barrier because of technology. Another benefit that we got was that our two teachers became expert, their IT skills improved. They knew how to use digital tools. There's a stark difference between teaching face-to-face physically to the student and then online, making it interesting. That was very challenging for the teachers to make their online lessons more interactive, more interesting, how to use, AFL strategies. So they became very equipped. They learned from one another. So a lot of peer learning took place between teachers. There are always some young teachers who are more into IT. They have they taught the other older ones who were not very, good at IT things. So this is how it promoted a lot of team building and collaboration among themselves. And I think that students also learned online learning etiquettes. How to come in an online class, how to behave. I think that also added to their learning and their grooming as well. How to connect, raise hand option, write in the chat box. So different things. I think students also learned a lot. How to give an online exam. Teachers learned how to make an online paper, on Google Form. How to, tweak it and everything. How to focus on certain things, like students presented online, they knew how to share a screen. So a lot of things happened. I guess there are a lot of positive impacts. Let's not look at the negative impact. Parents also learned a lot. Parents realized the importance of physical schooling. They realized, they actually sat at the back and they heard the teacher teaching, and they were full of appreciation that how much effort teachers put in they were also learning. They used to attend maths class, they used to attend an English class, they were giving suggestions and ideas. So I guess that it didn't stop. The teaching and learning didn't stop.
Yes,
that was our target and we achieved it.
Yes.
A lot of positive impacts.
Yes, it had a lot of positive impacts. Students also learned, parents also learned, and teachers also learned.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fatma.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I would like to thank our honorable guest, Ms. Fatma, Ihtaram Dar, and Mr. Hasnan Haider for giving their precious time and educate, give us a lot of knowledge on these kind of current and the most important topics that our student must know about. And I also want to thank our cluster head, Ma'am Niab, and it was really a productive session for us and for our university students as well.
Also, I would ask Ms. Nayab to if she would like to say anything, or if she would like to add anything. Ms. Nayab, can you hear us?
I think the mic is off.
Ms. Nayab's mic is on. I think she has internet issues. Okay, Ms. Fatma and Mr. Hasnan, again, thanks a lot for joining us and giving giving.
Thank you so much, Hashim. Thank you, Ms. Nayab and everyone. It was really wonderful being a part of this webinar, and I just hope that the teaching and learning, it just continues in best form. Things get better, COVID finishes, and we are back to our face-to-face physical schooling and learning soon.
Yes, yes, inshallah. Let's hope for the best. And thank you again, Miss
Thank you.
Fatma and Mr. Hasnan.
I have
Hope-
just few points to tell Mr. Hashim.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to Beria University as well.
Yes.
Basically, thank you again for inviting me to the conference. It was a wonderful experience with you guys and with Miss Fatima. And there are a lot of points which we can discuss, but in which I can discuss a few points like a new era of digitalization is started after COVID-19. So
Yes,
I
right.
want to say to the students, so basically all the world realized the importance of digitalization after COVID-19. So after completing their education, so students need to choose their bachelor's or master's degree very carefully. So there are a lot
Yes.
of degrees like digital business, computer science, IT related fields, health services, and nursing and doctor, MBBS, medicine degrees. Uh, all these degrees are having a wonderful career, and these degrees are now in the most top 10 demanding jobs in the world.
Yes, right.
So,
So
yes.
basically, yes, so students need to look other than all these degrees, like you're saying, there are a lot more degrees in IT,
A
like
lot of more degrees
digitalization.
according to the time.
Yes. According to the time, yes. The degree should be according to the time, according to the generation. Right.
Because due to COVID-19, we can
According to the time and according to the demand of world.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, Ms. Fatima and Hasnan, for being here with us today
Welcome, Miss.
and joining. And yes, definitely, this is very appreciating that you joined on the request of our students. They are students from BBH3. This is a great appreciation for them. They did it for the very first time. They conducted a live webinar, and then I believe, and they did it excellent. They did excellent in the session. So I'm really happy
Thank
with
you.
the session, and definitely the overall discussion has been very productive. And definitely, I believe COVID-19 has given an opportunity to the education sector to, learn to get technologically advanced, as mentioned by Ms. Fatima, and it served as an opportunity. And definitely, it also has various challenges for international students. Yet, Mr. Hasnan is here to cope up with those challenges and help them. Definitely.
exactly.
Right. So, thank you. Thank you very much for the session.
Thank you again. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, everyone, for
everyone.
joining us.
Thank you, Ms.
Take
Fatma.
care,
Thank you, Mr. Stan.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay,
Allah
take care.
Hafiz.